Welcome to NFL Daily, where Cynthia Frelund is getting tired of me talking about the greatest streak in sports. 11 weeks long. I'm Gregg Rosenthal.
Tired of it. Keep going.
I'm here in the Chris Wesseling podcast studio with my great friend, Cynthia Frelund, the smartest person at NFL Network, and has to hear me talk about our little pick show, where we pick 3 games every week.
It's not little. It's our big pick show.
It is. It is. And we appreciate everyone.
I like this jacket, too. You're looking very stylish.
Thank you.
Is this like a holiday purchase?
This is kind of like, yes. We celebrated Christmas last weekend, Rosenthal Christmas, and this was one of the gifts from my beautiful wife, Emma.
Well, obviously, she's got great taste, so.
She really does.
She really does.
Except for in husbands. But she actually told me to take off the ratty-looking Tulane sweatshirt that I was going to wear today to represent.
You should wear
Tulane. I was going to. It just didn't look quite right. So I decided to get fancy. And yes, 11 straight winning weeks on the picks. I went 3-0 last week, up to 29-16 on the season. I'm never going to top this season again. But I got to say, Cynthia.
Yeah.
This week was tough. Yeah. I only had like one game that I just loved. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was just like, okay. Like last week, I was feeling it. You helped contribute, by the way, to that 3-0 record because you talked me out of doing Cardinals plus 9.5, and they got smoked by the Texans. And so that kept me undefeated. Why don't you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The one I really like.
There's only one? Or how many do you
that
really
I love.
Oh, the one you love. Okay.
They're really only one. And it's the Chargers plus 2.5. And I've been just going with my gut of like picking winners in these games where it's plus 3, minus 3, not getting too cute. This feels like one where they're almost daring us.
They're definitely
to take the Chargers.
Bait.
But you know what? I said that about last week, one of them too, and it worked out fine. The Chargers being 5.5-point underdogs. Remember, we thought that was bait. I mean, they won that game straight up.
They did.
Sometimes.
Yep.
In football. Now, this is what I don't know if the analytical models can test.
Okay.
I think sometimes in football, there are certain teams that deep within their bones as a team, and it's crazy because it's like 45 players active on game days. They, at the end of games or in key spots, they almost want to lose. They will find ways to lose. They have that in their bones. I felt that watching Chargers-Chiefs last week, that the Chiefs, they were just going to find a way to lose that game, even if it didn't make sense. But on the flip side, I think the Chargers are one of those teams that there's just something greater than the sum of their parts right now where they believe that they are going to find a way to win one of these games. And I think they're mentally and maybe even physically tougher than their opposition, certainly this week. And all they got to do is win the game. They don't even need to. They could lose by 1, and I would still cover this thing. Right. They're plus 2.5. I feel great about this because I think the Cowboys will find a way to lose this game, and I think the Chargers will figure out a way to win it.
I don't usually go much based on like gut, but when I looked at the fact that the Cowboys were favored, I just thought, I'm like, am I reading this wrong?
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe I had lost my mind. I mean, it's possible. I probably have lost my mind, but actually both things can be true. I've lost my mind and that can be weird. But I mean, I just was surprised that they were even favored.
What does your model have?
My model has a straight up win for the Chargers.
Oh, okay, good.
So
I do have some real reasons too, but I really believe in it. If you
I like the vibes though.
Are a fan of the feed, you'll have checked out on Thursday. This came out. The new Power Players episode with the general manager, assistant general manager, Chad Alexander of the Chargers, who said, we want to bully the other teams. Yeah. We want to build a bully. And I think you can kind of see that the culture that they've built, they really are more physical. And then you think about the Cowboys side of things. Probably no Quinnen Williams in this game. He's in the concussion protocol. Their offensive line has been really banged up. Up front, the Chargers are running the ball pretty well, and they're getting after the pass rusher. So I actually think they're better up front than people realize, and their biggest weakness on the offensive line, Justin Herbert mitigates that, and I don't think it'll be as bad against the Cowboys than against most teams.
Especially without Big Q if he doesn't play.
And my hottest take here is the offensive line. Maybe they're figuring out just a little bit. I watched last week. I know it was against the Chiefs, but they're not a great pass rush. But Jamari Sawyer is their left tackle right now, and I think if they're playing a defense that doesn't challenge them in the way that Spagnuolo did with all these blitzes and everything, I think they can survive and let Herbo be Herbo, and you might get to sit back and enjoy like a 12-point win for this game. Don't even worry about the spread. Like it's a 2-score win.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. I just, for my first pick,
Yes.
I never see, so I have a more conservative model. A lot of things you see on TV, media models are often very like reactionary. Like it'll be like 100%, 99%. Like they'll be like these massive swings. Like you should never, if you're a good modeler, you should never have something that goes from like a 99.9% chance to the other team. That should happen once in like a million games. It's not, it shouldn't. Anyways, so I digress. My point is, I rarely see anything over 80%. Rarely. Like it almost never happens. But
80%, like 80% they'll cover.
No, 80% that a team will win.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just rarely see it.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 70s is like something crazy.
Okay.
80% in my model implies 16 points.
Ooh.
Okay? Which is why 14 points for Houston.
Ooh, I love it.
Is what, and I'm not, no shade to the Raiders, although they only managed 75 yards of offense against the Eagles last week. I'm looking at this opportunity here. The Texans need it in order to ascend to the top of the AFC South, which I anticipate that they end up doing. I'm looking at this, and not to kick a
Hornets nest?
kick a Raider while they're down, but
why not? You said like no offense to the Raiders, all offense to the Raiders. Unless you've been listening to this show, in which you've been cashing in picks week after week. Last week, one of my picks was Philly minus 11.5. It almost felt too easy against the Raiders. They won that game by 31.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you, by the way, you hit your Texans pick last week. That was the one I was saying that you talked me out of. And I think it was an interesting moment for them because they've had such a tough schedule. They've now come together. We know their defense is good. The offense is definitely playing better. And it was the first time we've seen them as a heavy favorite.
Yep.
And they kind of looked like a Super Bowl team. And so this is another,
I think that the configuration of the Super Bowl team for the AFC is going to be all defense. I mean, to me, it's either the Broncos or the Texans. I know everyone's like excited about the Bills, but for Josh Allen, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Plus, it's going to be hard for them to win the division. They're going to need 2 Patriots losses.
They're not going to win the division.
They're very likely not to win the division. Geno Smith was at practice just as a piece of information for this game.
I don't actually care. I mean, no offense. Like again, I feel very mean because I like I love their branding's awesome. I love the history of the Raiders. I love
go to the branding.
I love their.
I mean, I do think Geno is an upgrade over Kenny Pickett,
of course, but
yeah, they were one of the right down here. If you're looking at my screen,
love it.
Because once I only had one, then I was like, okay, just write down some that I just kind of like, and I wrote down 5 of them. One of them was Houston, so you got that for us.
But I ultimately have to memorialize that they have an 81% chance to win.
That's amazing.
81.
The average fan, and I'm putting myself in that, would think it's even higher. Like,
but I get
what I mean.
A conservative modeler would say,
yes.
That's why I'm telling you. Like, for example, the majority of my win totals end up being somewhere between 55 and 60.
Okay.
So to get 80,
okay.
81.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, I have it right in front of me.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Where is your Lions percentage of winning this week against the Steelers?
It is.
They are favored by 7 points.
The Lions are, dang it. I hate this. 5. 5th most confident.
Okay, but what's the percentage? Do you
57%.
Okay, see, but that's not that crazy.
No.
Like if you were
56.7, but
hoping that something good or bad was going to happen to you, and you have a 57% chance good, 43% bad, you wouldn't feel that good about it.
No, there are a lot of close ones this week because a lot of some of these ones that are worth nothing have surprisingly close. Like they're volatile. There's a lot of volatility in outcomes that don't matter, like Tennessee and Kansas
exactly.
City.
And so that was
like what the hell.
One of the reasons why I struggled to pick this week was the games, and there's 5 of them with 2 teams that are not in contention against each other.
Right.
I struggled with those types of games. And so that's why I went here, and I'm on the same side as you, and I know you're not going to go against your Lions for this. So I'm going Pittsburgh +7.
Okay,
now,
fine by me.
It's one of those games.
I have them only winning by 6, so.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then we'd be on the same side.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I was thinking you said 5. You meant 5th most confident, not 5 points.
I'm sorry, 6 points. The 5th in terms of confidence.
Okay,
I thought you were.
But you have the Steelers covering, and honestly, that 6 scenario is a huge reason why I really like the Steelers in this game, because I think they can underperform. I think they can be a little disappointing in this game defensively and lose the game 30-24, and we cover. And by we, I'm on the Steelers bandwagon this week.
Why?
7 points is a lot for a game.
You're on the Steelers bandwagon to win or to cover?
I picked the Lions to win
Drat.
on our show Game Day View, so
Okay,
I got to
good.
go by that.
Fine.
Putting my money where my mouth is. But I wouldn't be surprised. And that's one of my maxims in making this is if you wouldn't be surprised that the team is going to win straight up and you're getting a big number, usually for me it's 6 or more, and I'm like, I can see them winning that game.
Yep.
I think this would be a good win for the Lions. I think the numbers, and this is where I'll ask you, the numbers love the Lions right now. I feel like some of the underlying numbers. DVOA, for instance, has them as the number 3 team in the entire NFL. And that's crazy to me. And I know you're making a skeptical view. I know your numbers don't have that. But I think because they're so good offensively, they are the number 1 scoring team in the league, that some of the models, and maybe yours is in there, they have them as a 6-point favorite against an 8-6 Steelers team. What are they seeing in the lines that maybe look at them as a better team than maybe I do right now?
Leverage, because they're taking more risks. And the Steelers, to me, the Steelers defense not being the Steelers defense that we're used to means that when you take risks like going for it on 4th down like the Lions do, then if they work even 2/5 of the time, right, 40% of the time, then you're going to score a touchdown instead of. I think that when I look at a 7-point win for the Lions in this scenario, I think what it's saying is that the Lions' riskiness on offense is overvalued compared. Like I would have thought it'd be 4 points.
Right. That sounds right.
4 or 5 points. I wouldn't have thought a full touchdown. If that makes sense.
And it goes back to something we talk about on NFL Daily a lot. Do you value the entire season's worth of data, or do you value the last 3 or 4 weeks? And I think when I'm looking at the Lions and thinking about the players that they're missing, Sam Laporta's not coming back. Brian Branch is not coming back. Kirby Joseph, he hasn't come back yet, and when he does, will he be okay? We don't know about that.
Lions fans right now are like, but do we get Christian Mahogany, the guard?
Maybe. And the offensive line is not coming back to being a dominant offensive line. Now, one of the reasons why I'm a little dangerous, it feels like I'm walking into a trap, 7 points, and then I'm believing a little bit in what I've seen from Aaron Rodgers the last couple of weeks, where I think he's at his best 2 games of the season in a row. I'm like, okay, you guys are showing me some development on offense. TJ Watt not expected to play because of the lung situation. And then Nick Herbig, who is a dynamite replacement for TJ Watt, is out of practice, left the game late against Miami. It seems like he might miss this game with a hamstring injury. And so suddenly you're losing 2 of the best pass rushers in the AFC, like in the league.
Yep.
Like Herbig's in the top 10, 15 for pass rusher win rate, all that stuff. So you're losing 2 big pass rushers. You give Jared Goff some time. It might be like I would take the over in this game big time. I like tons of points for both teams. I would like the Lions over team total for sure.
Yeah, I have over.
But I actually kind of
I have big time over.
I do not like where the Lions defense is at right now. So that's the big reasons. I kind of think the Steelers can keep up a little bit in a shootout, and it's a 1-score game at the end.
I'm with you.
Okay,
so I told you I don't like the games with nothing to play for.
Yeah.
However, I do think there's one that I like enough of what to play for to pick for them, and that's Tyler Shuck, the New Orleans Saints.
Like that.
Now, quietly, Tyler. So it's 4.5 points at home. The Saints are favored over the Jets, and I think what I've seen from Tyler Shuck in this situation, and also the fact that the Jets are on a historic pace of not having any interceptions this season. Even if they have one, they're still not going to be nowhere near being good at intercepting the ball. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, he's trying to prove that he's the quarterback to build around there. Mm-hmm. The Saints, they're sneaky good at stopping inside runs. And that's kind of the bag of tricks that Breece Hall and the Jets like to try to run. I don't trust a darn thing about this Jets. I know they fired their defensive coordinator. I get it. I think it's mean to fire a defensive coordinator after trading away Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner with 3 games left. Whatever, not my decision, but that's a weird decision in my opinion. And I don't think that gives you the bump of being like, yeah, now we're going to go out there and beat the pants off of Tyler Shuck and the New Orleans Saints. No, they're going to run the football. They're going to have some nice passes. Shuck has done a good job of running the football himself. They've won 2. They just beat the Panthers. They can do it, and they're at home.
And they just beat the Bucs. Shuck is playing really well. I love that one. I don't know why I didn't.
I understand it was
write
nothing
down.
for it. I mean, there's because these games where there's nothing.
Yeah, but there.
But I think Shuck has something. Shuck's sitting here being like, "I'm your quarterback."
He looks really good.
He does.
They have a couple injuries, Devon Vele and Devin Neal, but those aren't like superstar players. They're just playing a lot of snaps for them. He is playing as well, certainly, as any rookie quarterback right now in the NFL. And you know what's interesting about this one? Because I agree. We do an over-under pod at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It was me and Nick Wright this year.
Yeah.
And under Saints 5.5 was one of my picks. And they were at 2-10 a couple weeks ago.
And you were feeling good.
So they would have had to win 4 out of 5 to finish the year to pull that off. If they win this game, that's 3 straight. And then they only need one more and the 2 games remaining are at Tennessee, at Atlanta. 2 games where they're going to have an opportunity to win the game. They might even be favored in Tennessee.
Know what the heck they're doing, huh?
I might lose that.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I hope I do, because that'll mean you were right, and they gotta cover 4.5. I think they can. Last one. Thought about a few different big favorites. You took the Texans, so I'm going to take my other big favorite, and that's Buffalo minus 10.5. I just don't think the Cleveland defense is in the same place right now as it was
who's playing
a month
for them?
ago.
Other than Myles Garrett, it's like we get these emails about who's potentially out. And like the Browns one, like it's like this long. And you're like, okay, well, maybe you should just tell me who's playing, because most teams it's like this long. The Browns
it's like a Dostoevsky novel.
It is.
If you look at the Browns, just
and very dark, just like Dostoevsky.
Yes, it's like, and a lot of those players are offensive linemen. For the Browns.
Well, and then like Denzel Ward and Carson Schweizinger, like there's some other ones too.
Ward says he'll play, but he keeps missing practice, so we'll see.
Didn't he say he was going to play last week too? I don't know.
Anyway. Fair. When you don't have any offensive linemen, I actually think the Bills overall up front have been better down the stretch. They are healthier.
And you don't have any offensive linemen.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing about
look better if there's no offensive linemen.
That was the thing about Shedur's performance last week. He did not play great, but you're literally playing with one starting offensive.
Well, they blitzed. And he was like, it's not good.
Last 2 games for the Browns at home.
Yeah.
Just went to check this. Lost by 18 to the 49ers in bad weather too, which should have kept the score down, and lost to the Titans, which is that's a bad loss.
All right.
So I think sometimes with these meaningless teams right now, you're at home. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's an advantage. It's just bad vibes there. That place is miserable. And on top of everything else, this is more of an anti-Browns than it is a pro-Bills, but I'm very pro-Bills right now. I think Josh Allen could still win the MVP. Whatever those odds are right now, I would take him in terms of
I don't know what they are, but
value.
He's definitely not first.
He's pretty distant.
Like Stafford and
he's a pretty distant third. I think he's got a real chance here. Although you'll have to put those in. We'll see. They have the worst special teams, the Browns, in the entire NFL, according to DVOA, by a decent amount. So, I mean, your offense is struggling. The one thing that was good was your defense, but now you're getting run on every week, and the Bills are great at running the ball. So I could see them. This would be like an Eagles-Raiders situation where they're winning this game by 25, 30 points.
All right. Can we pick a Saturday game? Is that fair game?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I like the Packers to cover 1. They're
Okay.
road favorites by 1 point in Chicago. I know there's no Micah Parsons. I'm aware. Heard that. I actually heard about that somewhere.
I picked the Packers too, so I'm with you. I didn't feel good. That was just a stay away for me, but that is my pick for that game.
I know that there's a lot of like hype around the Bears. I understand, but there's no Rome Odunze.
Yep.
Who else are we missing?
Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm. So even if DJ Moore's been playing great, which he has, you still now have a much different defensive capability of shutting down the pass catching game. It's not even like you were seeing Caleb Williams light it up through the air. Anyways, I mean, he had a nice game last week, but okay, like I need to see it more consistently before I'm willing to go with that. But the Packers are really hard to run on, and I understand that Micah Parsons is not there, so they're is whatever. But they're built to not allow explosive runs or passes. So if they get a few yards, it's okay because they're better in the red area, and then they're good at not allowing explosives. So I just think that the Packers show the Bears why they're still the class of the division.
Big LaFleur game. Nobody believed in us after the Micah Parsons thing.
Can we do that? We should do that handshake. That was so awkward with Ben. That was so good.
just the drive-by.
Ben Johnson's hilarious.
I mean, he
Maybe
did,
he's going to keep his
he
shirt.
did say
Do you think his shirt will come off after this one if he wins?
I mean, you don't say that you enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year, so you stay in the division, unless you really did enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Bring back just like the smallest bit of trash talking. It's fine. These are confident men who trash talk a lot in real life. Let's do it in front of a microphone again.
I'm with you on the trash talk, but just be good at it. Like, don't
He's pretty good. That's good.
He's weird.
Is he
like,
weird?
I kind of get
They like him.
I'm not saying he's not a great coach, but like, I just feel like maybe he's like pulling it back, but like, I kind of get the ick when he's talking about it. Like, I wish he would just say what he was going to say.
Right. It was kind of like everyone got really fired up with the taking the shirt off thing. And I get that he got free hot dogs for the entire city. There was a whole story behind that. They said if he had taken off his shirt, then everyone gets free hot dogs at this hot dog stand. So he did everyone a solid stand? In Chicago. I don't know.
I got to ask.
While they're still there in Chicago, you got to get as many hot dogs as you can. That was actually the biggest reason why I support your pick is when the Bears put out that statement to their season ticket holders that they're considering every possibility, including moving to Gary, Indiana, a couple days before you play the Packers. Bad juju. It's an embarrassment. That's what bad organizations do, is put out a statement about possibly moving to Gary, Indiana, days before playing the Packers in the biggest game in a decade.
Michael Jackson is from Gary, Indiana. And when you drive through it, so I'm from Michigan. I lived in Chicago, went to business school there, all that stuff. You drive home, you go through Gary, Indiana. You don't stop in Gary, Indiana.
The fine folks of Gary taking.
I'm sure that there are nice areas of Gary, but where they would put a stadium is not where you would have the nice areas. They're not tearing up any nice areas.
It just gives too much trash talking
Indiana.
fodder for Packers
Indiana,
fans.
not Illinois.
Now Bears fans got to be on social all weekend, and they're going to hear everyone calling them the Gary Bears, the Gary Berries. Who knows? I don't think that's anything that would ever actually happen. Kind of like when the Patriots almost moved to Hartford, but it's one more reason to take the Packers. All right, Cynthia's picks. To recap, she's got the Texans minus 2 touchdowns, 14. The Saints minus 4.5, and the Packers. What did that line settle at?
I think it's minus 1.
The Packers being a 1-point favorite. I took the Chargers. They are 2.5-point underdogs in Dallas.
Love it.
Way too much respect there for the Cowboys. Feel a little less good, but okay about the Steelers plus 7, and then I have the Bills minus 10.5 in Cleveland. Let's keep the winning streak going. We're trying to make it 12 straight weeks. We have even more wins in the feed coming your way on Saturday. Really excited for everyone to hear this episode. It's going to be me and Ollie Connolly, the Saturday Sicko Show. We're going to go through every coaching situation in the league and decide who's keeping their job, who's not. Could Harbaugh or Tomlin go, and then propose some good candidates.
Which Harbaugh?
John Harbaugh.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Jim is safe.
I'm just messing.
He's not going back to Michigan,
especially after beating Dallas.
No. So I guess
it'd be before.
We will be back on Saturday with that, and thanks to Cynthia. We'll see you next week.